Thanks for tuning in with Shakir, representing Global Paraphernalia.
And the street boy from Philadelphia.
You know, as we said, man, we out here on Broad Erie, you know what I'm saying? And we holding court on the street. We having a round table. And before we get into it, I want to make sure that I express that this ain't scripted. This ain't nothing scripted. We represent the streets. You know what I'm saying? So this is a conversation that we need to have. It's imperative that we have these conversations. This ain't about trying to convince nobody to stop the activity that they doing. That's your decision based off of the information that you may hear and can benefit from. Whether you realize it or not, that's your decision. But we here to present you with something that wasn't, that we didn't have, you know, prior to us, you know, being incarcerated. You got something you want to add to that?
Another thing is that this is for the youngins. This is for the babies. To help y'all get out of difficult situations that you place yourself in or other people place themselves in. So like I said, this is about the babies. Helping y'all get educated on how to stand up against the injustice on another level, so that when you do go to prison, you can have the tools to get back out of prison.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I'm giving y'all the game on how to get back out of prison. Not to stay in prison to get life sentences of 20, 40 and stuff like that. So this is what we doing this for. You understand? It's about making a difference.
Once again, you know, I wanna express, right, that ignorance to the law is no excuse, but it's an excuse that man will plead once he in trouble, right? We can only blame people so much for our circumstances, right? We're here to step up and start to represent ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's how the real work will get done. So we putting in the footwork. Let me express again, we out here taking time out of our lives and out of our schedules to come here and put our lives at them, because we in the middle of Broad Erie right now. With all the goofiness going on, we are in jeopardy. We know this, but we taking risk. We taking a chance by being here. It's because the well-being of our culture, of our women and our children is more important than my individual life. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. And I want to be clear about that. So today what we're speaking about is particularly the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment, security from unwarrantable search and seizure. Search and seizure, basically, is the clause.
Now, under the Fourth Amendment, probable cause.
Hold on, before we go, the Fourth Amendment Supreme Court case is Mack versus Ohio. Is that correct? All right. We always want to deal with the origin of law and statute so we can better protect ourselves and defend ourselves. All right, go ahead. Why is the Fourth Amendment so important?
The reason why the Fourth Amendment is so important because this right here is called probable cause to give the police some kind of information to get in contact with an individual upon being arrested or detained. You understand? So this is why the Fourth Amendment is so important, and it also protects the rights of life, liberty, and privacy.
Okay. Let me state for those who just tapped in. The Fourth Amendment, search and seizure. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effect against unreasonable search and seizure should not be violated but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, particularly describing the place to be searched or the person or thing to be seized. This is the colloquy of the Fourth Amendment, which is search and seizure. The reason why this is so important, and I want to point out the street lawyer, is that they use something called, I'm going to pause for a minute and let the fire engine go by. Give me a second. Work with us, y'all. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to put out there, right, is that when the police want to violate our rights, particularly African Americans, I'm not saying that they don't violate anybody else's rights, but I'm saying I've been prejudiced against, I've been biased against, and I've been stereotyped because of my ethnicity. Now, what's up, brother? How you? My name's Shakir. We holding court on the street. We live on social media, on Instagram, and we talking about law that govern our lives, particularly the Fourth Amendment. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you coming over and joining in. If you have any questions or want to talk, you can ask, man, because we care about you. I care about you, my little brother. You feel me? So, once again, reasonable suspicion. This is what they use when they know that they're in violation of your constitutional right, the Fourth Amendment. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Everybody walking down the street, right?
So, there's a process that has to be conducted before they even get to something called reasonable suspicion. Would you care to enlighten them and shed some light on that?
Under the reasonable suspicion that you're talking about before they get to you, they use, for example, 911 call.
911 call.
Or anonymous tip, somebody drop a tip on you. Or because you're in a high crime area. These right here get reasonable suspicion. They want to stop you and say something to you. Now, those three prerequisites, 911 call, anonymous tip, the high crime area, fall under the unconstitutionality of stopping risk, which is unconstitutional in New York. It became unconstitutional in New York first and foremost in 2018 of August 17. So, but they're still using stopping them three things that have everybody incarcerated of the darker ethnicity. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is to stop all that, bring it back down to the county level from the upper state level. So the county level is the Fourth Amendment.
Okay. Once again, we at Broad Erie. We live. This ain't scripted. This ain't rehearsed. This is us. We having a round table. Pull up on us, man. We invite you. Everybody's invited. Let's have a conversation, right? Let's get to the root of our issues, man. You know what I'm saying? Once again, the topic today is the Fourth Amendment, which is search and seizure. All right? Look, in order for any law enforcement to pull you over inside of a vehicle, first and foremost, we're gonna talk about the vehicle, right? You have to have violated a traffic violation. You have to have an inoperable traffic signal or outdated register. So for them to, pull you over, or you have to meet the description of a crime that has taken place or is about to take place, and they are suspicious of it in your description. Either your person, yourself, or your vehicle fit the description of the dispatch. Now, if they don't have these, if they don't have these reasons, then there's no reason for them to even pull you over in the first place. So now that they pull you over, there is a process that is conducted that has to go towards your favor. Do you want to explain?
Now, their process, for example, when they first get behind you and pull you over, they got a radio win with this.
What's up?
They must,
they can hands me on
they must radio win to the district where they from. Why? Who they pulling over? Because they look at the whole tag, got your whole information on it. Who they pulling over and why they pulling you over. You understand? So I get that dispatcher call right there and them radio win before they get out the car. Now, once they got the car, I get the camera to verify their stay was too long, prolonged, because it wasn't no emergency circumstances. Other than that, besides that, they cannot, like I said, pull you over for a broken tail light, and then they get to you, it's a DUI. So I get that call, the dispatcher call, and they channel in to explain why they pulled you over. And that's how I beat the case right there. Either with a traffic stop containing drugs and guns, or a DUI, summary offense.
Okay, so what you saying to the people is that you put up a defense for people who experience traffic stops, right? And was locked up for traffic stops that led to what?
Drugs and guns.
Drugs and guns being seized, right? So how many of them did you actually beat? Give us a rough number.
I beat five over CFCF, over PIC, either at prelim or at suppression. Because they don't, traffic stops don't go to trial. They go to suppression or at prelim. That's it. Now how to be at prelim? Because like I said, the prosecution delayed proceedings because the witness failed to show up like a cop. That's the only one going to show up when the traffic stop is the cop. And then the second time, you go to that proceeding because they already violated the first time. So the second time you go to proceeding, you be there prelim. Then the cops show up at the first prelim, then we're going to be there. Now, go to the quads, I can go to the quads before suppression. So that's how I do that.
Okay. Once again, I wanna make sure that y'all understand we at Broad Erie. Everybody's invited to come out to the round table. We holding court on the street, right? All right. I want to keep some attention on reasonable suspicion. Is because this is something that law enforcement consistently use to violate our rights. Whether we right or wrong, I'm not here to support wrongdoing. I'm not saying this, right? I'm saying even if you're doing wrong, you still have a judicial process that has to take place. Your due process is under the 5th Amendment and the 14th Amendment. So I want you to know and understand these things. Them pulling you over and then telling you that they smell marijuana in the car is not grounds for reasonable suspicion if they have not asked you for your license, your registration, and your proof of insurance. This is what they first have to ask you for, the first line of information. Then they have to express to you why they pulled you over. So now this affords you the opportunity to explain why you don't either have your traffic signal is inoperable, or you have an outdated registered registration. So they cannot jump straight to let me check your car, or let me check your purses, or let me check your papers, or let me check your effects without the proper consent. They are being violation of your Fourth Amendment constitutional right, your Fifth Amendment, Fourth Amendment constitutional right, search and seizure, your Fourth Amendment due process right, and the 14th Amendment. So I want to highlight this is because I want y'all to have this in your arsenal when we are out here and we're maneuvering. We have rights that protect us. Excuse me. So once again, they can, in order for them to search the vehicle, what has to happen?
In order for them to search the vehicle, in order for them to search the police officer in the vehicle, they must have a warrant. But it's consent first. You don't give them consent, it's not a privilege, that's a right. That's a due process right. It's consent. And they got verified on paperwork that you did not give them consent, or you gave them consent. There must be paperwork right there that you must fill out. A lot of lawyers ain't gonna tell you that. You understand? Like I said, I'm a street lawyer, not a corporate lawyer. So I'm gonna give you the game so you be on point. But after the consent, they must get a search warrant. They must get a search warrant. If you didn't give them consent, they must get a search warrant.
Where do they get a search for? And why do they need the search warrant?
The search warrant they must get the search warrant from the magistrate judge. When they got first verified that the probable cause was sufficient to the magistrate or judge for them to get the warrant.
Based off of reasonable suspicion.
Right.
It has to be reasonable suspicion that a crime has taken place or about to take place, where they get a warrant for specific
items,
things, people, and places.
Right.
Name some of the things. Name these different categories. Robbing.
Now there were gun cases. You understand? There were gun cases. There were drug cases. Drug offenses. So you got drugs and guns in your car. For example, it's not on your person. It's not on your person. It's illegal for them to even go in your car, period.
Yeah.
Because initial pat down, once it gets you out the car, it's about weapons, not drugs. So you can have a whole kid coke in your pocket, a whole pound weed in your pocket. It's about guns, not weapons. It's about weapons, not drugs. You understand? So my thing is that once you start prying and squeezing and poking to get the criminal contraband, then they violate the Terry Books Ohio prison. You understand? Because once again, the Terry prison is about weapons, not drugs. And then once they go and open the car, they pry and open the car up. Right there, so everything is illegal right there. Right. At the initial pat down, not long once before you got the vehicle, it's illegal because, like I said, I get that information and they call it the district when they initially pull you over. You understand?
Right.
Now once I show that the initial is illegal, then everything else is bad fruit.
Alright. To add to that, right? When they pull you over, in order for them to search your car, the cavity of your car, something has to be in plain sight. They have to see either a weapon or some drugs, and to the likes of that, in plain sight. They can't say that you was fidgeting in the car and this is grounds for reasonable suspicion. Fidgeting around in the car is not grounds for reasonable suspicion. Say that again.
Commonwealth versus McLeese, 1996 case.
One more time for the people.
Commonwealth versus McLeese, 1996 case.
All right.
The police cannot stop the passenger or driver because they are nervous or acting suspicious in the car. Any and all evidence can be suppressed. Guns and drugs can be suppressed.
Absolutely. So now, to further inform y'all, when they get a warrant, they have to have a warrant for particular events, people, or places, or things. They got a body warrant. They got a effect warrant. They got a warrant for the cavity of the car. The glove compartment is different from the cavity of the car. The glove compartment and the cavity of the car is different from the trunk of the car. So they have to have a warrant for each effect. This is called the effect. Remember, once again, let me state this. Let me tag them in before I state this. Thanks for tuning in. All right. The right of the Fourth Amendment, search and seizure. The right of the people to be secure in their person, houses, papers, or effects against unreasonable search and seizures should not be violated but upon probable cause, supported by oath of affirmation, particularly describing the place to be searched or the person or things to be seized. The particular. They have to be particular about the warrant, and the warrant has to have the time on it. These are things that we need to know so we can protect ourselves. It's imperative. Once again, we have Broad Erie. We live, man. We represent the people. We represent the streets. You feel me? I'm Shakir. This is the Quincy, the street lawyer, and we out here and we ask y'all, man, to pull up. Look, I may say some things that aren't correct, and I am willing to be educated if that's the case. If you can present something to myself or Quincy, the street lawyer, that we have misconstrued, that we have made a mistake on, we are correctable. I want to state that. We want to do good. We want to bring good. We ain't here to take away. We here to contribute. We out here and we are utilizing our time, our resources, and our labor to represent those who might not have the time, the resources, and the labor to do it for themselves, or the knowledge, or the understanding. So we out here. Part 2 of the round table. We hold court on the streets.
For the streets.
You know what I'm saying? So, if y'all got any questions, if y'all got any information to contribute to this, you welcome, man. You welcome to the round table, man. Nobody is smarter than you. Nobody is less smarter than you. We all equal at the round table, man. We come here for a purpose. And let me state this for the record too. All of this law governs not only criminality, but it governs economics. It governs money, legally and illegally. So you're not excluded from nothing. I don't care how good you're doing. I don't care how good you're doing as a hustler. I don't care how good you're doing as an entrepreneur or a businessman or woman. These things govern your activity. What is law? Law is civic, social, and economic order. But we gotta keep the people in order that are appointed as representation of people that are going to govern the laws, the people. So we in control. We doing this to be in control of our own narrative, to take care of our own. Because we don't have to give these corporate lawyers millions of dollars. Let's take care of us. It's time to take care of ourselves. We stepping up. You got something you want to add? This is a conversation. This is a conversation.
Everybody from the penitentiary to the streets, man. Support what we do out here. But like I said, at the end of the day, we doing this for the babies. Everything trickle back down to the babies, man. It's bigger than us. It's about the babies, man. That's why we doing this, about the babies. You understand?
How y'all doing? All right. Y'all here representing for that.
So my thing is that let's bring some real men home. That's what I'm doing. I'm bringing some men home.
They
can help the youngins as well.
We live on Instagram and social media.
We understanding youngins come from where the youngins going at. So my thing is that you bring people back to the streets. That's it.
All right.
That's it. Let's get it.
Yeah. So once again, we on Broad Erie in the middle. We in the island on Broad Erie, where there are cars coming in east direction. You feel what I'm saying? It's because we trying to make some noise. We trying to make some noise and represent for the true people. You know what I'm saying? For the youth, man. What I want us to also know is, once again, ignorance to the law is no excuse. But it's an excuse that man will plead once he in trouble. We have to stop getting in trouble and then trying to fight from behind. That's what this is about. I'm giving you what I didn't have. I received a 144-month sentence, and I needed to understand how that happened without them having no solid evidence or preponderance of evidence. I needed to know how they did that, and I left plenty of men, your uncles, your brothers, your cousins, your fathers, your wali, to the likes of that. I left them behind. It's some good men that, because of lack of understanding of the law, they got a whole lot of time, man. And I care about that. I care about your faith. Don't let me care about your people more than you do.
Let's get them home. That's what I'm here for, the street lawyer. Let's get them home.
This the street lawyer, so we ain't trying to bleed the people. We need resources. Money is a resource. When we asking y'all for either donations or retainer fee, you'll pay a Jewish lawyer that won't do nothing for you. You'll pay a lawyer that, when you get in a federal indictment, that can't fight statutes. You can't fight statutes, but they ain't gonna tell you this. They gonna take your money. So we need the resources to, cause look, we need a private investigator. Although we doing the footwork, we still have to have additional footwork. We out here and we can put pressure on the people is because we know. We know what it takes. We know how it feels.
Those that know me understand what they know.
So we need resources, capital resources. We need money so we could go to Kinko's. Well, Kinko's, is that still a store? So we could go to some kind, Staples, to get paper. You know what I'm saying? So we could get the tools that we need to get the job done. For the people, we need gas money so we can drive around the city and investigate the information that You know what I'm saying? So this is what it takes. We need it so we can continue having this platform for African Americans. Listen, we gotta pool our resources. We gotta pool our resources, man. This is serious, cause the killing is at an alarming rate. And I love the street. I come from the street, but I never thought I'd say that I ain't feeling what the street got going on.
That's why I'm bringing those home from behind the walls that deserve to be on the streets to help curb the violence. Give them and speak up, right? Speak up a little bit so they can hear you. Give them a rundown of your track record. How you doing? Listen, with the 3.5 years of me fighting a case in the county from Philadelphia, 3.5 years, I beat 50 cases. Gun cases, drug cases, robbery cases, homicide, traffic stops, dealing with the passenger and driver. I do expungements, I do tickets, DUIs. What's been 3.5, 4 years now, I've been over 50 cases from the city alone. Now, I got 3 brothers with life sentences up top. Appeals granted within 30 days by their trial judge, not the appellate courts. And I got somebody that don't have life, he got numbers, he got a new trial within 130 days. He got a date for a new trial within 130 days from the trial judge, not the appellate courts. So ain't no lawyers out here doing that. I don't care if you got Shaka Johnson, Todd Burt, Gary Silver, Patron, they ain't doing that. They just taking the money. So my thing is that I'm not doing what I'm doing to crack the heads open. I'm fair around the border. So my thing is that support me so I can support the people that deserve to come home behind the wall. I'm not taking no hands and kissing babies because I know him, her, none of that. No, I'm doing for the muscle. The Lord give me the B cases with. Come on, let's get it, man.
All right. What is this paperwork that you have right here on this table?
This is a pill. This is right called a PCRA.
Get up on here.
This right here is called a PCRA.
And what do PCRA? What do PCRA stand for?
It means Post Conviction Relief Act. Understand? This is right here. As you file your direct appeal, and that get denied within 30 days. Right here. This right here is the PCRA. You put this in to argue whether constitutional right they violated. Then you argue the effective counsel if your lawyer failed to do his job, him or her, and then
ineffective assistance of counsel.
That's when your lawyer failed to do their job. Then you gotta have a reason, and the reason gotta be on record. If it's not on record, the reason why you say that lawyer was ineffective, if it's not on record to show why he was ineffective, that's what I do. I get the stuff that they're supposed to get to put on this paper to help you overturn your conviction. But these one of the brothers right here that got a life sentence, his bill got granted within 30 days from the trial judge, not the appellate courts. You understand?
All right. So we always want to come anytime that you dealing with somebody that's providing you with some information. You want them to show you some proof. You want them to show you some paperwork. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what we doing. So all right, what else you got? So let me. So a post conviction relief appeal is. This means when you have already been convicted, you file a PCRA. You file your appeal.
Within a year of your conviction.
Yeah. So we're going to break that down. Stay tuned. These are the things we're going to break down. What do you have here? And what is this exactly that I'm holding? This is somebody appeal that you filed.
That I filed. It got granted within 30 days by the trial judge.
And what kind of case was it?
It's a homicide.
It was a homicide case.
He got 33 years in. He got 33 years in.
Okay.
You understand? On the homicide. What I'm doing now, after the 30 days got granted, then the DA got 90 days to rebuttal that. So that's the window. Then after that, the 10 days after that, the judge brings a decision. But like I said, once the judge granted the appeal, don't matter what the DA say. That's because the same judge that gave you the sentence.
Okay. What's this right here?
This right here is a motion to dismiss. Okay? The reason why it's motion to dismiss because I beat this at preliminary hearing. It was a shooting right here. The shooting was right here on Germantown and Erie. And the brother took the brother across the street right now.
Talking to camera.
The brother across the street right now that got shot. He in a wheelchair. You understand that the brother that they gave the case to took him to a hospital, and they trying to say the brother did the shooting the one that got transported, the one that took him to the hospital.
All right, so
they charged him with a crime.
So what is this?
This right here is a motion to dismiss at preliminary hearing.
All right.
You understand?
How do you get this? What do you need this for?
I need this for right here to show that the Sixth Amendment, which means that the right to a speedy trial. The first time the people, the witness for the DA don't show up, the second time they got to throw it out. Again, the first time the witness don't show up for the DA, the second time, this is at preliminary hearing. This is at preliminary hearing. The first proceeding. Anytime, the first time the witness don't show up for the prosecution, the second time must get thrown out. Ain't no third time, fourth time. I never beat the case at prelim like that. I beat this case right here at prelim the fifth time because the brother that had the situation, he had three different kind of lawyers. You understand? So when you don't have a violent case, they give you a PD. But when you have a non-violent case, when you have a violent case, they give you a court-appointed lawyer. Understand? So he had like 3 or 4 PDs because it was, like I said, court-appointed hearings. The fourth one I showed up to, showed this paperwork right to the lady. She go in the courtroom with something else. But the fifth one, I beat it on. The fifth prelim, I beat this case right here. It was a gun case, drug case. You understand? And prelim, the fifth prelim.
All right. Okay, what else? You got something else for? That's it.
I got two more.
No, we just wanted. We just wanted to show them some documentation. We just wanted to show you some documentation. Once again, listen. The Sixth Amendment is the Supreme Court case for the Sixth Amendment. No. Yes, Gideon versus That's for a right to have counsel, which is the Supreme Court case is Gideon versus Wayne Wright. How many days does it take to have an actual speedy trial?
It takes 180 days to have a speedy trial.
So
180 days.
If you don't go to court within 180 days, is it your fault?
No, it's not your fault.
Okay. What happens then? Whose fault is it? And how do I go about implementing this motion?
Now, it's not your fault because you're ignorant. But when you're trying to learn, we learn to get out of that ignorance, then it becomes your fault because you got somebody around you that knows and shows that he knew he knew what to do when it comes to cases, okay? Now, once you have 180 days in, and they say won't give you a status hearing, for example, it's either status hearing or trial or suppression. You understand? But a status hearing can be anything. Because a status hearing is not a right, it's a privilege. So they keep using that like it's a right. It's a smoke screen. It's either going to show up at trial or suppression. That's it. The status hearing stuff is I don't look at that from. But anyway, you have 180 days to be at trial. After that, at trial you must file pre-trial house arrest. Pre-trial house arrest. It's Commonwealth versus Hamilton, 2006 case. It's about once you have 180 days in, not at trial, that case right there is a precedent case for you to be home on pre-trial house arrest. Understand?
Okay. Once again, we have Broad Erie. We holding court on the street. We at the round table, and everybody's welcome, man. Everybody's welcome. We putting ourselves out here, man, is because we trying to get some game up. Once again, I wrote a book, man, and I asked for everybody's support, you know, of purchasing my book called How the Game Begin. It's available on Amazon and Kindle. You know what I'm saying?
It's a must-read book because the book a reality, life.
Absolutely. Anything you wanna add? Is there anything specific that we put up?
Yeah, I want to talk about the fruit of the Pointer Street Doctrine, right? The fruit of the Pointer Street Doctrine. The fruit of the Pointer Street Doctrine. This doctrine is so powerful because they use with prejudice or without prejudice. Like I said, these words right here is not in the law nowhere. It's either you throw it out because they can't read it, they're not supposed to recharge you for the same crime. Even though somebody didn't show, the witness didn't show, they throw the case out. They put it on the shelf. Then they come and arrest you again for the same case. That fruit of the Pointer Street Doctrine stops all that. So once I showed that the initial, which is like I said, the Fourth Amendment, the initial of probable cause under the Fourth Amendment for the police to get in contact with you is like a 911 call, anonymous tip, or high crime area. Once I show that it's case law to back up the initial is illegal for the police to stop you on any of three categories, and that is called secondary evidence. So for example, say you get booked with a robbery, they charge you with guns and drugs. That's secondary evidence that's linked to the initial charge, which it could be a gun case. You understand? All the charges get thrown and get dropped because the initial proof is bad. So all the proof is bad. That's why any case I touch in the meat, nobody got arrested. Be arrested again. Never.
Yeah.
So that's why the proof of the Pointer Street Doctrine is so important. But lawyers say with prejudice, without prejudice. That's illegal.
No, well, no, with none of that, OJ.
That's illegal. So please get in contact with the street lawyer ASAP.
All right, give them some information so how they could contact you, man.
My number is 267-243-4439. I'm not hiding from nobody, ducking from nobody. I'll show a face anywhere, have a sit down anywhere. Let's get it. You get it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Let's have it. Let's get it, man. Support the street lawyer and brother we should care. We're in the double. Let's get it, man.
Yeah, once again, like I want to make sure that we understand, right? This is a conversation that is this is an open forum. You can reach out at any time, man, so we could build on what it takes to get some money together and protect ourselves, you know, using the laws that govern our lives. We should know this. These are things we should know, whether we indulging in crime or we not. This is what we need to know. Period. And nobody is excluded from it. Once again, I don't care how much money. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we need to know so we'll know how to move.
We talking about from the streets to the corporate world.
Hey.
What's up? All right, what's going on? From the street to the corporate world. So my thing is that no matter what, you're going to always come in contact with the law. No matter what. No matter what. It's reality.
Just try to call in. Yeah, hold on.
You know, he fight everybody. That's mine.
Hold on. Yeah, so we out here, man. Pull up. Pull up on this, man. We out here, man, on Erie Ave, man, live hold court on the street. Everybody's welcome. You understand what I'm saying? Any topics, any suggestions, any opinions, any information is welcome. Is welcome. let's you know, be open-minded. You know what I'm saying? Once again, we're not scholars, you know, law scholars or philosophers of law, but we have a understanding. You know what I'm saying? And we can always use some perspective. We can always use some assistance. We can always use some help, man. You feel what I'm saying? What it look like?